pods before we start. Each one is a key ingredient that goes into every single glass of Guinness. So we have our hops as you're coming in through the door. We have our beer esters in that corner. We have our malted barley and our roasted barley up at the front. So come all the way in. Welcome everyone. Make sure that you're not stopping at the doors. Make your way all the way into the room.
You don't like that smell?
Welcome to those of you who are just walking in. If you're on the audio guides, it's going to be number 9 in this room. Audio guides number 9. Right, I'm going to get started. So welcome everyone to the first of our tasting rooms. My name is Ashley. Are you all having a good day? Yes, very good. So in this room, each of these 4 rum pots contains a key characteristic that goes into every single glass of Guinness. This one to my left is the malted barley. It's germinated and then dried. It's responsible for any sweetness in the beer. Behind that we have our beer esters, a byproduct of the fermentation, responsible for the strength and body. Near the door we have our hops, that gives unique bitterness and is a natural preservative. And last but not least we have our roasted barley, roasted right here on site at 232 degrees Celsius. So the idea is that each and every one of these goes into every single glass of Guinness, no matter how big or indeed how adorably small that glass might be. So when you get your glass just like this, you'll hold it up to the light. You'll notice that it is not black in colour, but a deep ruby red, and that comes from our roasted barley. Second thing you'll notice is that it's cool to the touch. That is because our beer is best served chilled at 6 degrees Celsius. So ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment you will all receive a sample just like that. I'm going to ask that you do not drink it in this room. Instead, can you pick up your sample and follow me straight down either of the corridors into the next room. I'm going to take you through step by step on how to taste your sample correctly. Okay, then please bear in mind.
Somebody's had you that on your hair you don't like. Just here on my left hand side. Oh, they're doing adverts here.
That's the exit there.
That's the original James skate, just here on my left. Okay. I'm making an advert there, but it looks at things anyway. Now our next stop is going to be for Kilmainham Gaol, opened up in 1796, closed down in 1924. Youngest inmate on record was James, 5 years of age. Because gangrene set into his wounds. He was transported by ambulance up to the jail, and in order to execute James Conley, they had to strap him to a chair. Okay. The only 2 political leaders not to be jailed here, Michael Collins and Daniel O'Connell. Last inmate to be released from here, Eamon Davallara in 1924, and he was our first Prime Minister here in this country. He too was involved in the 1916 Rising, but when he was arrested he claimed that he was an American citizen. If you fancy a bite to eat after you are going into the jail, just over here on my left, that's the Patriot soup. Food in there is very good, but the best thing about it is very reasonable. Bowl of soup and a sandwich, around €5.
Looks like that.
Good meal in there, less than 10, so we can't go wrong. Entrance into the jail is just here on my left hand side, okay?
Pretty sure we did it right.
was along this street here in the 1920s, and when the road here was being excavated, Viking remains were found, male and female. Males were found with their shields and their swords, females found with household utensils of the day. The Vikings, they believed in life after death. That's why they took that belongs with them. We are going to be turning on to a dual carriage now in a few moments. So that gives me a moment to the rest of my voice anyway. So, soldier on. There we are. Directly ahead of us, in behind the railings there, that is the War Memorial Gardens of Ireland, dedicated to the Irish that died fighting in the First World War. Just under 50,000 lost their lives. The gardens were up in 1933 and were designed by Sir Edward Lutyens. It took 10,000 men to landscape the grounds down here. 5,000 Irish, 5,000 English, and that was the boost morale amongst the two sides. Been a murder. It was here in 1922 when Garda Síochána and the police force here in the Republic of Ireland, they moved in here, making it their headquarters right from 1949, where they then relocated to the Phoenix Park, where they're situated still to this day. Of Garda Síochána meaning Guardians of the Peace. That's what it means. Anybody here like a taxi? Look at this on my left, look. You can have any make of car you like, any colour. If that was me, I'd pick the one in the middle just to cause around, walk away, stick onto YouTube. Euston train station just here on the left hand side, opened up a business in 1844 called King's Bridge. Changed the name in 1966 to Sean Euston Station. Sean Euston, one of the youngest leaders to be executed up at Kilmainham Gaol, by his involvement in 1916. Second or two. And it's for Euston Station. Number 16, any takers? That Griselda opened up a hospital, and she did. Closed down in the 1980s, and it is now the HSC, the Health Service Executive. Dublin is known as the city with the two halves. Some people say two halves, two have not. At the moment we're over on the south side of the city. As we cross the river again, we're over onto the north side. As we do cross this bridge, look to your left, you'll see the date on the bridge, 1821. King George IV, he came to Dublin and he turned the first sod for this bridge. This bridge opened in 1828. Now I'm going to make our way into the Phoenix Park, one of the biggest enclosed public parks here in Europe. There's 1,752 acres in all in this park. The wall that surrounds the park is over 7 miles long. So it just gives you an idea how big the park actually is. Past the trees on the left hand side is the Wellington Testimonial, dedicated to Sir Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington. The first stone was laid by this in 1818. It's just under 205 feet in height, and the panels that surround the testimonial are retrieved cannons from the Battle of Waterloo. Just tells them the battles that Arthur Wellesley was involved in. left hand side, that area of the park is known as the 15 acres. So there's more than 15, there's over 200 acres, that's what's out there. In the 18th century, you would have seen gentlemen dealing with their honour by dueling each other. You would have seen bare knuckle boxing and also the military practicing their martial skills. On the left hand side is the cricket grounds. What's this genius doing here? My God. Whoever gave him that car should have gave him a machine gun instead. It's a quicker death. Anyway, we'll soldier on. Now the park was opened to the people in 1747 by the Earl of Chesterfield. As far as he was concerned, all this was a big lump of green grass. No interest in this place whatsoever. But he put some of the roads in, some of the trees, and some of the pavements as well. Most of the trees you see here today are horse settle or beech tree. Now, two residents that live in the park here. On the left hand side it's the American Ambassador's residence to Ireland, Kevin Maloney. He's from Boston.
Very special relationship.
And on the right hand side, that is the entrance into Orzon Uachtaráin. Orzon Uachtaráin is the President's House of Ireland. The President of Ireland is Michael D. Higgins, a native of Limerick in the Midlands. He was a lecturer in Galway University. And he's a member of the Labour Party. On the left hand side is the People's Gardens, formerly lit up with flower beds and trees. Also on the left, in behind the trees, is the old Royal Infirmary designed by James Gandon. 1776. It is now the headquarters for the Irish Defence Forces. Now our next stop is going to be our two Victorian pubs, Nancy Hand's and W. Ryan's. In Nancy Hand's you'll see a staircase trap that was taking out of Trinity College. It was in use in Trinity College, it's in use here now today. And in Ryan's you will see a snug, a small room holding about 6 people. The bar appears to be the alcohol through a hatch they had. Very good restaurant in Ryan's, by the way. If you fancy going to eat, I do recommend Ryan's as well. On the left hand side Nancy Hand's, on the left hand side W. Ryan's.
What hands?
Nancy Hands.
Nancy? Hands?
Nancy.
Oh, Nancy. I hope so.
Hello, I'm in front of you. Go ahead. Take your time, just hurry up. Our next stop, and this is once one of the oldest army barracks in the world. It was built in 1704, designed by Thomas Burke, and it could hold up to 5,000 British troops. It was called the Royal Barracks. It's now the Museum of History and Decorative Art. The artifacts you'll see here is clothes, furniture, jewellery, pottery, glassware, silverware. You'll see military artifacts, aeroplanes, tanks, ammunition. Admission is free. Well, we're going to get to see, by the way. To stop number 20. Actually, I'm telling you lies, my God. I didn't take my medication. Number 19. Anybody want this stop? It's 21. Up on yourself. Look at this genius here in this van. Look at. I don't know why they don't give me a rifle. You know that? I really don't, because I'd probably run out of bullets. 24-hour bus lane and you can't use it. Why don't you just call it a loading bay and be done with it? Right, hold on tight, I have to do some tight manoeuvring here. I'm about robberies, but not in Ireland. I'd be only robbing my own money.
Maybe it's Paddy.
Answer, my dear, hurry up. I'm a very important person. Right, Jameson, founded by John Jameson in 1780. His whiskey's triple distilled. Whiskey no longer distilled in this old distillery. Distilled in Middleton and Cork, south of the country. There's an excellent visitor centre here, guided touring gift shop here as well. Whiskey, it's an Irish invention, discovered by Irish monks travelling in the Near East. The natives there were using this perfume, but of course the Irish came up with a way of distilling it in Ince, and then drinking it, calling it Ishkabaha, which means the water of life. Directly ahead on my left hand side, the green sign is over the doorway. That's the entrance to the. Hello, my love. Don't jump out in front of me. I have too much paperwork. You ask you stupid questions as well. What's the road conditions like? Hard. Right. This up here is for Jameson. Follow this red bus. You know where it's going. Right. Go ahead. Yeah. Right, that's it, we're out of here. Now the oldest pub in Ireland, straight ahead, across the bridge on the right hand side.
Oldest pub.
It's the Brazen Head Public House. It dates back to 1190, it's still in use to this day.
The what? The Brazen Head? Where? As you go through this junction, look to your right, you'll see the flag fluttering in the courtyard there is, or whatever it's doing. That's the Brazen Head. On the left hand side, the Four Courts of Dublin, Four Courts, King's Bench, Common Pleas, Chancery and Exchequer. Oh no, this is an 1802, designed by James London. Directly ahead of us, that tall building there, that is Liberty Hall. It is the tallest building here in Dublin. It is the headquarters for the largest trade union movement here in Dublin, trade union called SIP2. just while I'm stopped here. Dublin, it's like any other city in the world, we do have our fair share of pickpockets. Please be careful with your belongings. Do not be leaving any valuables unattended. Okay? Do not be carrying anything in the back of a haversack that's of value, please.
Like any big
Okay, forewarned is forearmed. That's what you need to know that. Now, next up is going to be your Dublin bus head office. It will be for the GPO, the Sport of Dublin. And Henry Street, if you want to do a bit of shopping here in Dublin, Henry Street is where I'd recommend. This street on the left hand side is Henry Street. Look how busy it is for shoppers. It's where most Dublin people do their shopping. This stop I'm pulling into 23.